This is Dr. Awesome here, taking a look at Urusei Yatsura, the manga. These are the 2-in-1 volumes, numbers 1 and 2, so 4 volumes of the manga here. And it's taken me a few months to read through these. And I say it takes a few months because these stories are very episodic. And whereas new manga, you have continuous story arcs, you could read like all day and, really just need to take breaks when there's a natural break in the story. These, every chapter is standalone, so it's, I just find it uncomfortable, reading a lot in one day. And I got into this basically because there's a new anime production, kind of piqued my interest. And it was created by Rumiko Takahashi, who did Ranma Half, which is on my B list. And, well, she also did, what's that other one? Inuyasha, which I haven't seen yet, but I might watch. And I think I mentioned my B list before. Yeah, just now. And my B list is everything that I admit, is like very good, but just not a favorite. So Ranma Half, I watched the first season, like that's on the B list. I might get back to it. It's admittedly very good. And I'll give you my overall rating of this series so far, and that is the first 4 volumes total. It's okay and occasionally pretty good. It doesn't quite make my B list. I have to give it a C+. Mostly good, like 70% okay, 25%, pretty good, and about 5% are, just a few lame stories. And it is a romantic comedy with fantastic elements. And I am interested in trying to get into more, sitcom type of manga. In the past, anime and manga, I'm action adventure, science fiction, space opera guy. But then when I thought about it, most of the live action television shows I like are sitcoms. And there's a lot of comedy manga or manga with comedic elements. So I do want to try some of those, and I am open to suggestions. And one of my, I wouldn't say it's a problem, it's kind of an issue with this, is that you start reading, there are fantastic elements, and I don't know what the rules are. Usually, first you start reading, and, it becomes evident what the rules of the universe are as far as magic and super science go. And this seems not to do that, which I found a little bit frustrating. Our main character, there he is. That's Ataru Moriboshi. Okay, Lum's really into him. I don't know why. That goes back to him saying he's free to marry his girlfriend. Here, when he said, fine, I'll marry. Yeah. He wanted to marry, he said he could marry his girlfriend. But she confused that. I don't know why she likes the guy. He's known to be lecherous. And even though I'm not sure how he's lecherous, he's kind of hits on women and he's not very successful. Where was I? Yeah, the rules. There was a dimensional portal, appeared in one story. There's a time portal in another. And then there was time travel referred to in another, and they don't come back to it in a very consistent way. And I do find that to be kind of a frustration. And here also, fantastic thing that happened was pretty cool. This is Cherry. He's a Shinto priest. No, he's the Buddhist priest. And his niece, what is her name? Sakura. She's the Shinto priest. And they kind of get into it once in a while. And they did fight with like stands in one episode, which was cool. But they never did anything like that again. So, yeah, this is a little bit frustration when you don't know the rules of the universe. And so, that's Loom. Kind of the main character. She's the most well-known character, even though Moriboshi there is known as the main character. She's from outer space, and she's an ogre, because she has little horns. Otherwise, she's really cute. And also what doesn't make sense is, yeah, Ataru has a girlfriend. She was a childhood friend turned girlfriend, and I don't know why any women are into him, because he's kind of a dope, but I guess that's the joke. I was going to point out a few things. Yeah, one of the funny early moments, this is in volume 1. Now this is one of those laugh out loud moments. They're talking, minor spoiler on a manga from the 70s. Stuff happened and some aliens took the Earth's oil reserves. So these people are reacting. They say, it's a second oil shock. Buy all the toilet paper. And I read this, laughed out loud, and I'm like, that can't really have been in there in 1978. Some later, the later editor of this, this edition, had to add that in. But I did a little research and found out that, about 5 years earlier in Japan, there was an oil scare. And that led to toilet paper being stocked up and in low supply. So there's something universal in human nature that, stuff happens, you buy toilet paper. That's just the way it is. So where was I? Yeah, I was mentioning there are a few lame chapters. Chapter 16, Volume 4, example of those. Moroboshi, is a school biology club. Some caterpillars. One is very voracious, eats everything. The other caterpillars are starving. It even eats meat. It just keeps eating and eating. And then in the end, it turns into a fairy. And that's like the whole story. Like, well, that's kind of lame. There are very few of those. There are a few that just, didn't connect with me at all. And let's go back to the frustration with the episodic nature. Okay, here's chapter 19. This is fresh in my mind. And I kind of like this story. But then I noticed it happened really, really quickly. I think there was some pressure that you had to, just make standalone stories back then. Because, Ataru does go out on a date with Loom. She coerced him because I guess she'd been helping him with his homework all this time. And I really think that this is one of those that could have been 2 or 3 chapters on its own, and it would have been nowadays. But they did seem to just want every story to be a standalone story. So they go to a pool. Loom ends up shocking all the guys in the pool. She does have the ability to fly and do electrical shocks because she's an alien. And then one page, they're going to a zoo. And then they go roller skating. Then to an amusement park. Oh, before the amusement park, they go to eat. This was kind of a humorous moment. I really liked this. She hadn't been out to eat with humans. So Ataru just tells her, just do what this other girl out does. Because they're on a double date there. And it turns out she just eats like a pig. So does Loom. And then they go on a roller coaster ride. And it's a scary roller coaster ride. And that could have been just, a great story, split into 2 or 3 parts. So overall, I would give this probably a C+. I'm wondering if I should continue with it. Does it get better? Because that episodic thing was, just driving me crazy. I do like, the modern era where you have long-ass story arcs. So that is Urusei Yatsura, volumes 1 through 4. And I would like some advice if anybody can leave a comment. Should I continue reading? Does it get better? It's kind of barely there for me. Yeah, that's it for today.